Thank you for joining me. So, if you are here looking for some career advice, then hopefully this reading can be helpful to you, okay? So, what career advice do your guys, your higher powers have for you right now, okay? So, we do have two groups for you to choose from. We have group one, the Black Obsidian, and group two, the Few Sight. Can't pronounce it properly, but Fusite crystal, okay? This here green crystal. So group one and group two, if you do want to take a moment to pause the video so that you can choose whichever group has been calling out to you, feel free, but I shall see you all in your readings, okay? Hi, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the first group, the Black Obsidian, then this reading is for you. I'll start off with your tarot cards. So, what career advice is coming through for you guys? So we have Page of Wands, King of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Wands in upright though, okay? Let's see. Okay, so the advice that's coming through for your career is to not be too serious and maybe to be a bit more playful in your work setting, or when it comes to, for example, maybe the work you do, maybe you're, very serious about it, but you are being encouraged to maybe take a more fun approach, or to kind of maybe change your perspective from seeing it from in a really serious perspective to one to see it where you can approach it with a more playful attitude or way. And if you're someone who is used to overworking, you're being encouraged to lay off doing that for a while so that you can have some of your own independence, or more of your own independence. Your advice is to continue on the path that you're on. Like, there is this big message about you being on the right path, especially if any of you are questioning it. Like, you are where you need to be, you're on the right path. It feels like you've done the right thing as well, if any of you here are wondering. And some of you here may want to explore something new, or you're wondering if whether or not you should explore something new, but you're being encouraged to wait a while and to kind of stick with the path, or see through the decisions that you have currently made, or see through the plans that you've currently, set for yourself, goals. For some of you, you're being asked to wait a while because there is something else in your personal life that is coming up, that could involve a friend, and this could be one of the reasons why you're being encouraged to wait. But something involving a friend of yours, it could disrupt any new plans. So if you do have any new plans that you want to pursue right now, ideas, you're being encouraged to kind of wait for a minute, because it feels like something in your personal life can disrupt that a bit, okay? So some of you here, you're also, please take what resonates, but you are being encouraged to share your ideas with people at your work. For some of you, this could be just, more so a kind gesture from you to them. For some of you, they may not listen to your idea, but something could go a bit tits up for them because they didn't hear you out, or because they didn't take whatever you said on board. But I feel like it's going to turn out to be a bit of a I told you so kind of moment. But this situation could make you seem more valuable to someone in a higher position. So it could get you recognized or noticed. Okay, yeah, so you're also being encouraged to write down your career ideas, your goals that you have when it comes to work. This feels like for future reference, so when the time comes, or when you're ready to make a big change, you'll have more clarity when the time comes because you've already thought it through. For some of you, this new thing could be something that you have to be patient for. And if this resonates for you, you're being advised to not be serious when it comes to your career as well. And this is not in a way where it's like, be immature or be like slack in your work. But you're just being encouraged to take a more relaxed approach. It feels like this will improve your workflow, or it could have benefits towards your workflow. And if you have recently started something new, this is a great path for you. Someone here wants to confirm that this is a good path. It was a good decision, and it will help. And it feels like it will work out beautifully for you. And you're being encouraged to kind of just keep doing what you're doing. And if this resonates for something that's on your mind or something that has been on your mind, or if this could possibly help you in some way, you're being advised to offer your colleague something. And it feels like you will know whether or not that message is for you. But for whatever reason, you're being encouraged to be more generous in terms of your work or the people you work with. But for some of you, it could be the complete opposite. And if you have already been giving too much, you're being advised to pull back on doing that. Other than that, just continue to be patient about your work, and it will take you far and help you overcome any challenges that you could be going through. Some of you, the path you're on now, it could help you. Like, say, for example, you need to pay off a debt. This job could help you do that. If you're trying to do, X, Y, and Z, this job could help you do that. Or this career could help you do that. It feels like a decision you've already. Is it a decision you've already? For some of you, this could be a decision you recently made, you've made a while ago, or a decision you're thinking about making. But anyways, if any of you are waiting for a job offer, you'll hear back soon. The advice coming through is to listen more than you talk, though, until you get your bearings. Um, yeah, you're just being advised to listen more, okay? And when you're ready to expand, go for it. It will go great, even if you have to wait a minute and be patient before you're able to do that. And for some of you here, someone is coming back from your past. They can potentially throw you off course. So be careful and mindful of that. And try not to steer from your current direction. And someone could come in your life that could, whether it be intentional or not, they could kind of steer you away from your current path, ideas, direction. Try not to do that, okay? Finally, open communication is definitely advised moving forward, specifically with a supervisor or someone in a higher position. For some of you, this could be in reference to telling them how you feel about someone else, or being open about what you've seen or heard from someone else, and you're just being encouraged to, be open, be honest. For some of you, your career advice is to not, let me see, is to not take on too much. And for some of you, this could be you trying to prove yourself, okay? So you're being encouraged to not do that either, because there's a message, I don't know, there's something about energetically thinking that you need to prove yourself. It could, I don't know, it could do something to you energetically, but some of you are being encouraged to kind of realize that you don't need to go above and beyond just to seem um, what's that word? I want to say worthful, but I'm pretty sure that's not a word. Just so that you can seem worthy, because you already are, and yeah, that message wanted to come through. So we have revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So another piece of advice for you in terms of your work and career is to be yourself. Let me see. So you're being encouraged to reveal more of yourself. Again, there was that message about open communication, but this feels like someone maybe in a higher position than you. Or for some of you, are just being encouraged to be more true to yourself when it comes to your work, so that there's no confusion maybe down the line. We have control issues. Yeah, so you're being encouraged to kind of release control when it comes to your career. For some of you, this could be a control of another person. But it just feels like if you continue to control the situation or continue to maybe try to micromanage or, do too much. I don't know how to put this in words. 1 second, let me think. It feels like, say for example, do you know when you're actively pursuing something and then on the other hand something could just happen for you? It feels like some of you could be actively pursuing something or actively trying to stay on top or trying to control a situation, whereas the opposite approach may actually be more beneficial for you right now. Yeah, so some of you could be overthinking, like this could be control in terms of overthinking as well, but you are being asked to kind of let that go. For some of you, it's like the situation or your career could be more peaceful if you let go of that control, if you let go of that overthinking, or feeling like you have to do, triple the amount of work or as other people, if that makes sense. You're being asked to release that idea, release that notion. Do you have more from this? For some of you, you could be wanting to make moves when it comes to your career. You could want to be super proactive, but it feels like you're being encouraged to, let's like take it easy for a minute, chill, don't make any impulsive decisions. Silence your mind first, spend that time thinking, meditating so that you can gain that clarity for yourself when it comes to your career instead of maybe making what could potentially be an impulsive decision. Okay. Wait, do you have more from this card? Anyway, so we have do not be frustrated, let go and feel peaceful. And we also have a message below this card where it does say, let silence guide you to your inner peace. Okay. Yeah, so your advice is to not take on too much when it comes to your work, or to try to not be in the energy of stress or frustration. So that could be another reason why you are being encouraged to take a playful approach, for yourself energetically. It could definitely help your workflow or help in regards to your work. But some of you, if you're not feeling content, if you're not feeling peaceful, if you're not feeling happy, if you feel like you're ready to move on from your current job, you're being encouraged to go for it. And again, this could take a minute, like whether this means you spending time thinking so that you actually have a plan in place beforehand. But if any of you are thinking to let go to find a career that is more peaceful, that is more in alignment with you, you're being encouraged to go for it. But it feels like you will know when the right time is, and it feels like this could happen after some planning has been done. But yeah. So we have fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So there is this big advice or this big message about you seeing yourself as more confident or being more confident in your abilities. It feels like you have a lot to offer, but you're almost working in a way where you don't see your offer. So it's almost like you're overgiving, like you're doing too much. When realistically, with you and what you do offer, you don't really need to take that approach, especially energetically. So it feels like your advice is to see yourself as a talented, confident, brave person, passionate person, knowledgeable, intelligent person. But it feels like some of you could be coming from a place where you don't really believe that stuff about yourself, and you need to, because it feels like you are awesome. Your abilities are awesome, your talents, whatever it is, what you have to offer is awesome, okay? And by you not seeing that, you're doing way too much, for some of you here, which may not be necessary, especially because of what you already offer. And finally, we have Raven, Shaman. You are the creator and a magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits. Glide through the void. Claim your place as the keeper of mysteries. What is your career advice? I feel like there is this big advice about seeing yourself as valuable. It's like some of you could be, like have the energy of a shaman. Some of you could be shamans. But there's this fire, there's this confidence, there's this thing that you have, and it feels like you're not acknowledging it. And it feels like once you do acknowledge it, more things will kind of fall into place with you for you. Or this could actually lead you towards something new. Let me see. Maybe a level up. Yeah, so some of you, your career advice is definitely not to sell yourself short, okay? But anyways, that is all I have. I hope it could resonate, make sense. Please only take what makes sense for you, though. But yeah, that is all I have. I hope it could resonate, be helpful. Take care, okay? Hi, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the second group, okay, then this reading is for you. So what career advice is coming out for you guys? Please only take what resonates and makes sense for you, okay? So we have Knight of Swords reversed and the Three of Pentacles reversed. I'm wondering, is it supposed to be? Yeah, it is. Yep. Okay, so what is the advice coming through? So, please take what resonates. Again, okay, so if any of you here are caught in some type of battle when it comes to your career, whether this be external, an internal battle, But it feels like you're being advised not to say anything without clearly thinking about it first, or not to act on anything without clearly thinking about it first. Even if it takes a minute before you reply, even if it takes a minute before you take action, you're being encouraged to hold off, think about it clearly first, okay? And if anything, especially if it involves another person, mention that you need more time to think about it, if someone else is the one requiring you to make that decision. And if you do feel it is time to move on from your current line of work, you're being advised to go for it. But it does feel like a wait before you do that. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a moment. So where were we? Okay, so I feel like if any of you have been wanting to move on, you're being encouraged to explore it. Research other avenues that you may want to take. Obviously, you're not being advised to rush anything or make any impulsive decisions. I'm hearing more so like dip your toe in the water, see what else is out there for you. Explore, even if it's in small ways at first, and then you will know eventually whether or when the right time will be for you to move on to something new. Okay. For someone, your advice is to not react in negative ways towards someone you may encounter in your work environment. You're being advised to release control when it comes to your career as well. This could have to do with letting something go. This could be something in your personal life that impacts your career life. For some of you, it could be your current career, especially if you're in the Eight of Cups type of energy when it comes to your career. If it's just making you feel down, affecting you emotionally, making you feel drained even, then you're being encouraged, if you feel like it's the best thing for you, to explore something new, okay? But with taking your time, reasonably, no impulsive decisions. But overall, you're being encouraged to kind of make a move that supports your growth, encourages your growth. If you have been feeling unmotivated, you're being advised to include more breaks and rest, into your schedule. It could definitely be beneficial for you, and to do something that makes you feel more optimistic. And, this could be during your breaks, during your moments of rest. For some of you, this could be entirely finding, like finding an entirely different career that does make you feel more optimistic, And the advice is to ultimately gear towards doing what you can to improve your work ethic. So if you feel like if you were to have more fun, your work ethic will be improved, then do that. Okay. If you feel like if you rested more, your work ethic would be better, then do that. If you feel like your work ethic will be better if you cut out this and cut out that, then do that. But you're being encouraged to do what you can to improve your work ethic. Okay. If any of you are struggling with direction, you're being encouraged to set yourself short or long-term goals, or both. For some, you're being encouraged to not shy away from recognition and taking charge, especially if you're someone who is usually cool with kind of staying in the background. You're being encouraged to step into the forefront a bit more. And some of you may get the thought, the notion, idea to go back to something from your past, but this is showing up as not a good idea, okay? This could have been an idea, a job, a career, something you've never really fully pursued, maybe. It just feels like there's advice that you will find fulfillment, more fulfillment in something new. For some of you, I don't know, if you feel like your creativity is not being challenged enough, then you either are being encouraged to do that more in your personal time, if you know, especially if you are very content and happy with your job, but you just feel like unmotivated, stuff going on, that same level of passion is not there, then doing more creative things, either taking a creative approach towards your work, or doing more creative things when you're not working. It could definitely help a wee bit. Okay. So, okay, we have divine life purpose, trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. All right, so for some of you here, it feels like you fully know what your life purpose is. It feels like you know what will bring you fulfillment. But maybe you feel like you're not in the right position to kind of pursue that right now. And the advice is to pursue what you believe is your life purpose. It feels like this will bring you a lot of fulfillment. But I don't know, it just feels like you could have the perspective where you feel like you can't do this right now for whatever reason, whether it be money, whether it be your priorities, responsibilities, time, or you're just feeling freaking tired. You feel like you can't pursue this other thing. But you're being encouraged to go for it when you do, clarified by the lovers. So when you do find that balance within yourself or within the different areas of your life, you're being encouraged to go for it for sure. So we have passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. What advice is coming through? So we have life purpose, we have passion and purpose. It feels like some of you could be stuck on whether to pursue something or not, because you could be, I don't know if worried is the right word, but you could be worried or something along those lines that it won't bring you the meaning, the passion, maybe the resources needed to make your life fulfilled. And it feels like someone here just wants to let you know that you shouldn't, Five of Pentacles, you shouldn't have a lack mentality when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to your passion. Okay, if you remain optimistic, if you remain enthusiastic, this will definitely help you in the long run, and especially help you in the times where you do need to, buckle down and things aren't, sunshine and roses. It's like someone wants to remind you not to let go of the bigger picture, of the vision that you have, but at the same time, not glancing over or being too impulsive when it comes to the smaller steps as well. Okay. So we have make a change. So some of you are being encouraged to make a change from your current career, especially if you feel like that's something that would make you really happy. But you are being encouraged to kind of wait for that clarity, wait for that balance within yourself. It's like waiting until you know it's the right time. It's like people can tell you to stay here or do that, or you could even question that within yourself. But it feels like there will be a very, very clear moment when you say to yourself, all right, it's time, and it won't feel like, it won't make you feel anxious. It will just make you feel like, okay, like, let's do this, like, I'm ready. So yeah, when that time comes, you're being encouraged to go for it. Okay. And finally, oh well, not finally, we have two more cards after this, but we also have self-creation, be the author of your own life. So for some of you, if you've been wondering whether or not you should compose something, whether you should be an author, whether you should maybe design something, you're being encouraged to kind of go for it. Well, I don't know. It's like some of you are being encouraged to create. I don't know if create your own career is the right phrase. Um, but maybe create your own path towards success or towards whatever it is that you want. Like create your own path. Don't try to follow anyone else's path. Don't try to follow anyone else's advice. It feels like you will know in yourself. Like you'll be very certain, very sure of the decisions that you need to make next. Okay, but I feel like the advice is to try not to let other things um two so the world come out reverse, 10 of swords in reverse, or yeah, try not to let that deter you. So we have inner knowing. Yeah, inner knowing. Some of you are really being encouraged to wait until you have that inner clarity. Wait until you have that inner knowing. It says here, be confident that you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you're blessed. Let yourself fly. But there is something here about movement, though. I think you're definitely being encouraged to move forward, to help your growth, your independence, your success. Obviously, take your time if you need to. But yeah, I feel like your advice is leaning more towards exploring, traveling, and this could be in a metaphorical way as well for a lot of you here as well. But for others of you, it could be physically moving and physically leaving certain things behind. And finally, we have Raccoon Inventor. See, there's something here about self creation, there's something here about inventing, there's something here about you. I don't know if that's you doing something more physical or you using your talents or something like that, but it's more so you being hands on. But again, some of you may need to wait to gain that clarity. Like you shouldn't, it just doesn't feel like you're kind of shooting off into nothingness. It feels like when you do finally pull the trigger, it feels like you will know what your target is. So we have Raccoon Inventor. Decide on what you really want. Have the ingenuity. Okay, so decide on what you really want. Um have the faith in yourself to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and you can juggle them well. Okay. So some of you, your career advice is to decide on what you really want. But for a lot of you here, it feels like you already know what you really want, but you just have to claim it. Maybe building up that confidence that you can claim it, that it can be yours. So maybe confidence is something else that needs to be worked on when it comes to your career as well. You're also being advised not to be dishonest to so we do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, you're being advised not to be dishonest, not to try and fool anyone, pull the wool over anyone's eyes, maybe even towards yourself. Okay, but you are being encouraged to practice integrity. Maybe um your next maybe your career advice also has something to do with not doing something that is immoral or something that you would usually call immoral, and you're being encouraged to definitely stick to your integrity for sure. What other advice do we have? So yeah, you're being encouraged to not stop. Some of you could be in that 10 of Wands energy. Obviously, look after yourself, rest, self-care. Like if that is not paramount, then you're going to be useless in other areas of your life, you know, especially when it comes to that 10 of Wands energy. So some of you here are being encouraged to not give up on any of the things that you could be currently pursuing. Let me see. It's not even really about giving up. It's just about having, I don't know if it's about having the confidence or just knowing that you will be able to juggle all those things. Obviously, with hopefully with a plan in place so that it doesn't become overwhelming, so that you do have time to have breaks and rest, and stuff like that. But it feels like someone here wants to just affirm to you that if you are juggling certain things, or if you plan to be doing it, then if you're, I don't want to say if you're smart about it, but if you kind of plan ahead, then you'll be able to juggle all of these things well. Okay. But anyways, that is all I have for you in terms of your career advice. I do hope it could be helpful. I don't usually do readings like this. I do a lot of personal readings like this, but not what are they called? Anyways, yeah. So I do hope this can be helpful. I do hope it can make sense, and I'm wishing you all the best. Okay, please take care. Bye.